Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 of the MacroTube video. As I was explaining the meter coupling, I looked over and realized I had about 15 seconds of battery life left on my camera, and I didn't want to lose the entire video and have to start over because I don't have a script for this and I don't remember what I said. So the metered coupling provides a substantial advantage over not having any meter because it simplifies the macro light, the meter reading and the macro photography, especially if you have an aperture priority camera, and you definitely need to have through the lens metering on that. Most cameras made after the Spotmatics in the last like 45 or 50 years are going to have through the lens metering. Most SLRs, if you have a digital SLR, it definitely will. It should. I don't know all the SLRs, so I shouldn't say that. Now, there are some limitations to macro tubes like this. One is that not all lenses are going to work. As we explored with the reverse adapters, not all lenses work. For instance, on the principle is the same as on the accordion bellows we'll look at in the next video. And what happens is that because the light cone is made larger, it reduces the amount of light on the plane. So I tried putting a 28mm lens on the end of some macro tubes once, because I wanted to see if it would be possible to get a macro that had a wide focus effect like a wide angle lens would provide. And there wasn't enough light at all to even take a photograph because of the way the lens is engineered. Likewise, I put a 135mm lens on the end of the macro tubes, and it worked beautifully, and I was able to get larger than life magnification from more than 6 feet away, which was pretty nifty, I gotta say. So the long and short of this is the macro tubes can be a very cheap, less than $5 for these three, or less than $6, something like that. They were almost as cheap as the reverse adapters proposition, or I got a really good deal on these Minolta's extension tubes, and I think they were 15 or 18 bucks, including shipping. But other extension tubes for other makes can be very expensive, upwards of $30 to $50, especially if you have something like a Canon EF mount, which has electronic contacts. Then you're going to have a more expensive set of macro tubes because of the electronics involved in that. So our next video is going to look at the accordion extender, which is the same basic principle as these. The big advantage to the accordion extender is that if I want to change my magnification on a macro tube, then I've got to take off the lens. Let's take off these two tubes right here. Okay, put them over there. Now put the lens back on. Okay, now my magnification has changed. It's difficult to do on the fly if I'm trying to catch like an insect or something like that, or if I'm just walking around. Now where am I going to put these? I guess in my pocket, but if I got my keys, then I risk scratching them or damaging the mechanism inside. If I got my wallet, there's no way that's going to fit in with my wallet. I have a gajillion receipts in there. So anyway, that's the downside to macro tubes. Next, let's look at the accordion bellows, which is a similar concept, slightly easier to use, of course, slightly more expensive.